for you and from your perspective and being a winner, what makes a Heisman winner? Like, because a lot of people on the internet just think this or think that. Like, from you being that guy, what makes a Heisman? I need to hear from somebody who did this before, man.
But no, I appreciate that because they got a lot of people talking crazy online, like, oh, this is what a Heisman is, but they ain't never won a Heisman.
Right.
Yeah.
They never won a Heisman. So at the end of the day, I think we can all agree over the past 5 years, there's been players who were the best player in college football that ultimately didn't win the Heisman. Mm-hmm. That doesn't dilute the Heisman Trophy. It's just to say maybe their team lost 7 games. I don't know, right? Maybe they didn't win a conference championship or they weren't in the SEC.
I get that, but why does wins determine the Heisman winner at the same time?
It should,
because if you're the best player in college football and it's noticeable, everybody know that. I could be the best player on the college football team, and we could have a worse record. So, and I still put up the numbers. How is that not worthy of the Heisman Trophy? So I still don't understand that part of it.
I agree. I agree with you. I think you guys. I don't think we don't want this to happen now. Okay, we don't want this to happen.
No. I'm just saying.
You guys could lose 6 games, and if you were to go out there and average 100 yards a game. And you have 4, 5, 6, 7 interceptions on defense, and you still averaging over 100 plays, 100 snaps per game on both sides of the ball, you should win the Heisman. And the reason I don't think that has happened in the past, obviously, Travis, nobody's done what you've done, right? Nobody's doing what you're doing. So you're like a very special case, you know what I'm saying? But the reason I think maybe the best player in college football, regardless of record, hasn't won in the past is because there is like a certain traditional pageantry that goes with the award. 2011, Alabama with Trent Richardson, Stanford with Andrew Luck, Tyrann Mathieu with LSU, and Monty Ball with Wisconsin. Those are the guys that we were competing against at Baylor. All those guys came from mega traditional legacy programs. Right, you didn't have a guy there from Texas State or Liberty. There's a few years back, it was Incarnate Word had this quarterback, Lindsay Scott.
He went crazy that year.
Right, he went crazy. He threw for like 60 touchdowns. I'm shouting him out every single week, putting him in my Heisman list, and everybody's like, "Bro, he will never win the Heisman." I'm like, "But why not?" You know what I'm saying? So I think that's part of it. You got to realize who's voting. You know, like Michigan, like Charles Woodson, shout out to my guy, OG. I think Charles beat Peyton Manning that year. And Michigan's got the largest alumni base in the country. Like, I'm not saying anything is rigged, okay? I'm just saying that there's certain things that we have to fight against.
That it's not in our favor.
It's not in our favor. So we got to go be even more special, especially when you're at a school like Colorado, which they're not expecting a ton from you guys.
Yeah, right. I get that.
And I look at that too, because I want to tap in on something too, RG. Man, because I'm very familiar with, just to let you know, man, I was born in Waco, Texas at Hillcrest Hospital. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Very familiar with your run, down at Baylor. At the time, I was coaching high school basketball, so I used to bring a lot of kids down to Coach Drew and Coach Tang around that time, and a lot of our visits were to come watch you play on Saturdays. That when we always had to, we came in before preseason, during basketball preseason to come watch y'all play on Saturday. So I was really up close in person watching that run, and Isaiah Austin and all those guys on the basketball side that I was real close to. So I got to witness a lot of that history being made, and at the same time, like I'm like you were, like Baylor was kind of, Baylor wasn't, the Stanfords or the programs that you named, but you were just so head and shoulders, like greater than everybody else that year. Like you had to do more to get your respect. And then I look at Travis on his side, like you say, he's doing something that we've never seen done before. And I always say, man, he's a unicorn, because we can say people who've done something similar, but not at this level, at the rate. Like I tell you, it's hard to be the best cornerback on your team and the best receiver on your team, let alone be the best cornerback, best receiver in all of college football. Like that within itself is so unique. So even with that, it's like, man, like how do we even have a measuring stick for something like this if we've never seen it before? So sometimes people hate what they don't understand.
Oh, you preaching, Boog? Okay, first of all, I got to say this. Hey, Boog, you basically family. Okay, you mentioned Isaiah Austin, Jerome Tang, who's the head coach at K-State, Scott Drew. Listen, I stayed in the gym now. I was talking to Travis about him hooping the other day. Like, I stayed in the gym now. We was out there getting it done. But to get back on topic and to get to your question, whenever you have someone like Travis Hunter, who's a unicorn, and he's doing something that we've never seen done before, there's got to be a different set of rules for him. You know what I mean? So I feel like for Travis, I think it's huge that Shedeur is campaigning for Travis to win the Heisman.
That's really dope.
Because as a teammate, like, that's rare. You know what I mean? But for Travis alone to be the best receiver and the best corner in the country, regardless of wins or losses, if he continues on the track that he has been, obviously get healthy, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Then he should win the Heisman if he continues down that path. It's something we've never seen. It's something unprecedented. We can't have a traditional view of something when we have a guy doing non-traditional things.
Bingo.
It's perfect to me.
And Boog, the other thing I would say that is, when you got a guy like Ashton Jeanty, with what he's also doing, he ain't traditional either. This isn't just a guy that's running for a lot of yards. Right. Like he's on pace to break Barry Sanders' record. Like that's
impressive.
It's impressive, but it doesn't take away from the fact that Travis Hunter doing what he's doing is just different. And as long as he, stays healthy and gets to play the rest of the season, at this rate, I would then put Travis in front of Ashton at the end of the year if they both continue on the same track that they're on.
Yeah, Jeanty is different though. That boy breaks so many tackles. That's a good running back. That's a cold running back. I can't even lie. It's a cold running back, man. But I'm still like, if I touch the ball 30 times a game, my numbers would be out this roof. Yeah. I'm not touching the ball that many times. I ain't touching the ball that many times, though.
Hey, Travis, why not? At this point, right? At this point, Coach, Coach, give me some more targets. Put me in there running back a little bit. Throw me some swing passes.